breath here. Beautiful. And slowly lift up your chest. Inhale, gonna lift up the hands toward the ceiling. Palms facing each other. Take 2 deep breaths here. Just find the sensation around your neck, around your shoulders, and pay attention to those sensations. And slowly gonna reach the hands forward toward the 1 foot away from your toes, and slowly relax your forehead down. Take 2 deep breaths here. Bring the forehead down a little bit more. Feel like you're folding yourself, emptying out your belly. Now inhale, let's lift up. And exhale, lean forward. Let's do 5 more. Inhale, lift. And exhale, lengthening your spine forward. Inhale. Exhale. Feel like you're making a wave with your body, upper body. Just 2 more. Making that wave. Feeling good with the spine. Feeling good with your chin, with your chest. Last one. Beautiful. Gonna spread the hands underneath of our shin bone. So you're folding down a little bit more. Feel like you're spreading the knees apart a little bit more. One more deep breath here. I'm going to let go of our hands. I'm going to come to a twist. So your legs are in diamond shape. And I'm going to bring the opposite hand onto the opposite knee. And just bring the chest into a twist. Take 2 deep breaths here. So 1 elbow is straight, 1 elbow is bent. I'm gonna switch. Opposite hand onto the opposite knee. 1 elbow straight, the other elbow is bent. One more deep breath here. Gonna come to a speedy movement. So we're gonna twist and shift. Twist and switch direction. Let's go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Centering yourself. Take a deep breath. Beautiful. That's our warm-up. Let's come to a tabletop position. So bring the knees underneath of your hips. Hands underneath of the shoulders. Let's come to an angry cat. In your angry cat, you're rounding the spine. You're tucking in the tailbone. You're hollowing the belly up toward the ceiling. Just 1 more deep breath here in your angry cat. Stay in the angry cat. We're gonna come to a twist. So gaze toward the left heel. You're kicking that right hip away from the left heel. So feel that nice C shape on your spine. Stay here for 1 more deep breath. I'm going to twist toward the opposite direction in your angry cat. So keep that rounding of the spine and just twist toward the opposite direction. Imagining an angry cat trying to look at the tail. Just one more deep breath here. And slowly centering yourself in the angry cat. Either gaze toward your knees or gaze toward your belly. One deep breath here, rounding the back a little bit more. Feel like the angry cat trying to protect the spine. Let's gaze up toward the ceiling for cow pose. Feel the tailbone lifted toward the ceiling. Chin is lifted up. Belly is dropped toward the mat. Stay in your cow pose for one more deep breath. In the cow pose, we're going to twist. Gaze toward the back. Feel the tailbone lifted in the cow. And let's twist toward opposite direction. Feel some freedom at your hips. So one more deep breath here. And center yourself in the cow, gaze up toward the ceiling. Beautiful. We're gonna come to make a wave on your spine. Let's do the angry cat and cow. Angry cat and cow pose. Feel the flexibility of the spine while your tailbone is lifted up and tailbone is tucked in. 3 more waves here. Making that nice wave on the spine. Last one. Beautiful. Centering yourself. Come to neutral spine. Feel the difference in that neutral spine here. Neutral spine. So we're going to lean the hips back in the neutral spine. Come to your first child pose here. Bowing toward that inner space. Bowing toward that intelligence of your body, of your mind. Feel that harmony. That's what we call yoga. Unionized harmony. Beautiful. Let's come back to the tabletop position. We're going to tuck our toes under. Let's lift up, downward facing. And pedal your heels up and down in your first downward dog of the day. Just loosening it up. Loosening up the tight hamstring. Feel good at your hips, at your sit bones. And imagining you're pushing the weight back toward your heels. Just 2 more deep breaths here. Getting comfortable in the downward dog. And let's lower down both heels. Take 2 deep breaths here. Just being still in your downward dog. Feel the lengthening of the legs a little bit more. Feel the weight being pushed back toward your heels a little bit more. I'm going to bend the knees. Bring your gaze toward your thumbs. Either tippy toes forward or hop forward. Inhale, going to halfway lift. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, let's root to rise, sun salutation. And exhale, swan dive down. Push the hips back. Inhale, halfway up. Lengthening the spine forward when you halfway lift. And exhale, gonna just relax the chin to chest, softening everything here. Inhale, root to rise. Second sun salutation. Clap the hands together. We're gonna give ourselves a back bend. And slowly swan dive down forward. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, chin to chest. We're gonna come to our chair flow. So bend the knees. Going to check the toes between your knees. You can see your big toes. And once your knees and hips are stabilized, lift up the arms. Lift up the tailbone first for our high chair. And exhale, going to tuck the tailbone in. You feel the upper body is not really changing much, but it's a lot happening at the hips, at the tailbone. So your inhale, lifting the tailbone up. And exhale, tuck the tailbone in. Finding that moment, functional moment. When you lift up the tailbone, you're gazing up. When you tuck the tailbone in, you're looking down. Let's do 5 more, moving at your own pace. Noticing how that gentle movement at your tailbone makes such a big difference. Just 2 more. Beautiful. We're gonna bring our hands together with the knees bent. Gonna lowering down the hips a little bit more. Lower it down a little bit more. Being still here. 2 deep breaths. Imagining your weight of the hips being pushed back a little bit more. So you're not pushing yourself forward. Bring the knees together. That's right. So you find more stability at your hips. Beautiful. Relax your hands down, forward fold. Chin to chest, softening everything. Let's do 1 more of the chair flow, but with modified position. So bring the knees bent, check your toes, arms lifted. Gonna bring the hands heart center. Gonna bend the knees a little bit more, hips push back a little bit more. Gonna come to a twist. Right elbow touching the left outer knee, gaze toward the ceiling. 1 more deep breath here. And directly gonna twist toward the opposite direction. So left elbow touching the right outer knee and gaze up toward the ceiling. You're pushing your palms together. Feel the resistance happening. 1 more deep breath here. And slowly centering yourself, forward fold. Chin to chest, softening everything here. Gonna relax our hands onto the mat. Big step, bring that right foot out toward the back. Gonna wiggle the left knee toward the outer edge of the mat. Then relax our left hand onto the left knee and gaze up. So you're twisting the chest up toward the ceiling. 1 more deep breath here. And gaze toward the mat. Let's come to our elbows. So your right leg and left knee stay the same. And have our hips back and forth. One more deep breath here. Gonna straighten out the elbows here. And big step, bring that left foot back, high plank. Let's go for our chaturanga. Inhale upward. And exhale, tuck the toes under and roll back to downward facing. Take 2 deep breaths here, rebalancing. Reset. Bend the knees, gaze toward the front of the mat, hop forward or tippy toes forward. Inhale, hands halfway lift. And exhale, forward fold. Let's relax the hands onto the mat. Big step, bring the left foot all the way back. And wiggle the right heel outside of the mat. And place the right hand onto the right knee. And gaze up toward the ceiling. Two deep breaths here. And let's gaze down toward the mat. Come to your elbows. And push the hips back and forth to release the tensions around the hips, around the hip flexors. Just one more deep breath here. And let's straighten out the elbows. Big step, bring the right foot back, high plank. Let's go for our chaturanga. Descend down slowly. Inhale, upward facing. And exhale, roll to your downward dog. Take 2 deep breaths here. Being mindful of how your heels, how your legs, how your spine function. Inhale, let's lift up the right leg. And exhale, big step, bring the right foot forward between your hands. Inhale, arms lifted toward the ceiling. And exhale, gonna come to an airplane twist. So the opposite hand back and left hand forward, right hand back. So it's a twist. That's right. So one more deep. Bring that right hand all the way back. Gaze toward the right fingertips. Beautiful. Let's relax the left hand down. Right hand lifted. Easy twist. This is your easy twist. Beautiful. Let's come to moving sequence. So inhale and lift up the chest. And exhale, left hand down, right hand up. Inhale, lift. And exhale, down. Let's do 5 more. Inhale, lift. And exhale, down. Inhale, lift. And exhale, down. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Bring the right hand down. Big step. Bring yourself back to high plank. Chaturanga down slowly. Inhale upward. And exhale. Roll back to downward facing. Take 2 deep breaths here. Finding your natural breathing rhythm. Let's go for our left side. Inhale, left leg lifted. And exhale, big step. Bring that left foot forward between your hands. Inhale, arms lifted toward the ceiling. And exhale, left hand back, right hand forward. Airplane twist. Beautiful. One more deep breath here. And let's go down with our easy twist. Right hand down, left hand lift. 2 deep breaths here in your easy twist. Feel the lengthening. Imagine reaching toward your higher potential here. And let's come to the moving sequence. Inhale, lift, and exhale down. Inhale, lift, exhale down. 5 more. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, lift, and exhale down. Find your stability. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. 2 more. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Bring the left hand down. Big step. High plank. Slowly chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing, and exhale, roll back to downward dog. Take 2 deep breaths here in your downward facing. Finding that strength. The inner strength that surpasses all the confusion. Gonna come to a stretch. Bring the heels out onto the edge of the mat, and bring the hands in a little bit toward your toes. Gonna bring the right hand out to the left shin bone, outside of the left shin bone, and gaze up toward the ceiling from underneath of your left armpit. One more deep breath here. In that twist that we find that deeper stretch. And let's switch. Bring the right hand back, opposite hand out to the opposite shin bone, and gaze up toward the ceiling. You feel a lot on the outer thigh. A lot part of the bodies don't normally get to be stretched. This is what we are here for. Just stretch a little bit deeper and finding that deeper potential within. And let's bring the hand back. I'm gonna come to a speedy sequence here. Bring the opposite hand and twist and bring the hand back. Opposite hand out to the opposite shin bone and bring it back. Let's go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Gonna bend the knees down. Bring the toes in toward each other. Separate the knees apart a little bit more. And come to your wide knee child pose. Finding that stillness. Give you that awareness and consciousness. One more deep breath here. I'm going to come to lift up the chest. I'm going to bring the elbows down onto the mat. Palms facing toward each other, thumbs facing up. Fingers pointing toward the front of the room. Beautiful. Going to lift up the hips and bring the knees together. Beautiful. Gonna tuck our toes under and lift up the hips. Dolphin. Let's take 2 deep breaths here. Make sure your neck is relaxed. You don't want to put a strain on the back of your neck. And from here, I'm going to lift up the right leg. I'm going to bend the left knee. I'm going to have a gentle hop. Hopping here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Straighten out both legs. Relax both heels down. And let's do it on the opposite side. Left leg lift, bend the right knee. Gonna come to a gentle hop here. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the left foot down. Bend the knees onto the floor. And bring yourself back to child. Take one deep breath here, resetting. And lift up the chest, come back to have the dolphin. So we're gonna tuck our toes under and straighten out the legs. Take 2 deep breaths here in your dolphin. Going to walk the feet out. So come to have the legs separated apart in the dolphin. Take 2 deep breaths here. And from here, we're going to come to a jumping pose. Jump your feet in, bend the knees. Jump the feet out and spread the heels apart. Jump the feet in, bend the knees. Jump the feet out and bend the knees. So your legs are straightened and then bent. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend the knees. Relax yourself in a child pose here. More gratitude toward each heartbeat. More gratitude toward each breath. And from here, I'm going to come to thread the right arm under your left armpit and rest the right ear onto the mat. And just lengthening out the left arm. Not a comfortable position to breathe in. And that's how we train our body to know you're still safe, you're secure. And let's do it opposite side. Both hands forward. Let's thread the left arm over, lengthening out the right arm. You're more mindful of each breath you take. And let's bring both hands back and come back to a tabletop position from here. Gonna tuck our toes under and lift up, downward facing. Hips toward the ceiling, heels down a little bit more. Chest guided toward your thighs a little bit more. Beautiful. Gonna come to a balancing pose. So lift up the right leg, not too high. So just feel like you're kicking that right heel toward the door. And once you're balanced, lift up the left arm. 2 deep breaths here. Finding your stability. And from here, I'm gonna pause the left hand, right leg. So opposite hand, opposite leg. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax hand, relax heel down. Downward facing. 1 deep breath here. And let's lift up the opposite leg. So feel the left heel kick toward the door and lift up the opposite hand. Finding yourself being stable here first. And let's pause the hand, pause the leg. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax hand, relax heel down. Take 2 deep breaths here. Beautiful. Gonna bend the knees. Gaze toward the front of the mat. Either hop yourself forward or tippy toes forward. Inhale, hands halfway up. And exhale, forward fold. Relax them all. Inhale, let's root to rise. Gaze up. And exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, hands halfway up. And exhale, forward fold. One more sun salutation here. Inhale, root to rise. Hands clap together. Give yourself back bend. And slowly swan dive down. Inhale, hands halfway up. And exhale, forward fold. Relax the hands onto the mat. From here, I'm going to jump the feet back, all the way back to high plank. And slowly chaturanga down. Vinyasa through. Inhale, upward facing. And exhale, roll yourself back to downward facing. Take a deep breath here. So for our warrior flow, inhale, right leg lifted toward the ceiling. And exhale, big step, bring that right foot forward between your hands. Drop the left heel down first. Now inhale, arms lifted toward the ceiling. And exhale, going to open up for warrior 2. Just warrior 2. Sorry, not a twist, yeah. Bend into the right knee a little bit more. Deeper bend into the knee. One more deep breath here. And from here, I'm going to reach the left arm forward. Imagining you're holding an energy ball between both palms. One more deep breath here, being still. And let's come to a moving sequence. Inhale, lift up, and exhale, forward. Inhale, lift. Exhale, forward. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Being still here first. So one more deep breath. Feel that lower legs being strengthened. And let's lower down both hands. Windmill your hand down. Big step, bring the right foot back. Slowly chaturanga down. Inhale, upward. And exhale, roll yourself into downward facing. Take 2 deep breaths here. Lowering the heels down a little bit more. So you're pushing the weight toward the heels. Inhale, left leg lifted. Exhale, big step, bring the left foot forward between your hands. Drop the right heel down first. Inhale, arms lifted, warrior one. And exhale, let's open up for warrior two. Left knee bent, deeper bend into that left knee. 2 more deep breaths here. Feel the power at your shoulders, at your arms. That's right. And let's reach both hands forward. That's right. Feel like you're holding into that ball. And you don't want to drop that ball. Just 1 more deep breath here. And let's come to the moving sequence. Inhale, lift. And exhale, forward. Inhale. Exhale. 5 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Stay still here for 2 more deep breaths. You feel a lot on the lower legs. And let's relax the hands down. Big step, bring the left foot back, high plank. Go for your chaturanga, Tadasana. Inhale, upward. And exhale, tuck your toes, and lift up the hips, downward facing. Take 2 good deep breaths here. Fuller breathing. Now inhale, gonna lift up the right leg toward the ceiling. Exhale, gonna bend the right knee forward and cross that right heel toward the left side of the mat. So you're lengthening out both legs and one leg is crossed over. Take 2 deep breaths here. Good job, everyone. That's so powerful. Let's come to the moving sequence. Inhale, lift up the right leg. And exhale, bring that right heel toward the left side. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, cross it over. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. I'm going to slide the right heel away and sit the right hip down. Take 2 deep breaths here. Still try to level your chest toward the front of the mat. Because here we tend to bring the chest toward the right heel. We're going to intentionally twist the chest forward toward the mat, the front of the mat. Beautiful. Going to tuck the back toes under and lift up the hips and bring the right heel back to downward facing. Take a deep breath here. And feel the right hip is not feeling the same as the left. That's how imbalances communicate with us. Let's lift up the left heel up and cross that left heel beside the right hand. Take 2 deep breaths here. Just feel the lengthening of that front leg. Let's come to the moving one. Inhale, lift. And exhale, cross it over. Inhale, lift. And exhale, cross it over. Let's do 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Gonna slide the left heel away and drop the left hip bone down. And just twist the chest forward, not to twist the chest toward the left heel. If your chest is toward the left heel, just gonna twist that chest forward. One more deep breath here. Gonna tuck the back toes under, and let's bring the left heel back, downward facing. I'm gonna drop the knees down, spread the knees apart, bring the toes, heels together, come to a wide knee child. Relax your elbows, relax your forehead. More gratitude toward the balancing, the functions in your physical body. And slowly walk the hands toward your knees. Gonna bring the knees together and swing the heels forward and lengthening out the legs in front of you. Gonna come to an L sit. Shoulders are relaxed. Spine is upright. Simple, but not easy pose. One more deep breath here. Feel like the thighs start shaking. I'm gonna reach the right hand toward the left big toe. Lean forward to grab onto the left big toe and lift it up. Left arm, lift up. Just being still here for 2 deep breaths. And from here, I'm going to point the left hand back, gaze toward the left thumb. One more deep breath here. And let's point the left hand forward. We're going to switch the hands. So left hand grab onto the left big toe and right arm lift. Gaze back. One more deep breath here. So bring the right hand back, pointing toward the side. Now open up the left leg. So feel that left leg is like the wings that open up. Let's come to a moving sequence. Inhale, centering that left heel, and exhale, open. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring both hands toward the left toe or left heel and drop that left heel down slowly. And let's opposite hand grab onto the opposite toe first and lift up. And slowly gaze back. So this is the opposite hand onto the opposite toe first. Just 2 more deep breaths here. And now let's switch the hands. So not the opposite side anymore, but the same side. And gaze back. 2 deep breaths. Let's bring the left hand just beside our body and open up the leg. 2 deep breaths. Let's go for the moving sequence. Bring in center and open. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's use use both hands to support that toe or heel, bring it down. And let's have our half body fold. Either use hands to grab onto the edge of your feet or your shin bone, and just emptying out your belly and fold forward. Imagining your chest trying to touch the thighs a little bit more. You can feel a lot on the hamstring and feel the lengthening of the entire upper body. So one more deep breath here. And slowly lift up the chest. Gonna bend the knees and come to a windshield wiper. So spread the knees apart. Bring the hands just beside the hips and drop both knees down onto one direction. Stay here with the knees dropped. And let's switch. Both knees drop toward the opposite direction. And let's point the knees up and drop one knee first. So one knee drop in, and both knees lift and drop the other knee. And let's switch the knee. So one knee in and the other knee switch in. Let's go for 5, 4, 3. You can feel more if it's just one knee in, just one knee in. So one knee is still up. That's right. You feel more at your hips. That's 2. Got to do 2 more. Beautiful. Both knees up toward the ceiling. Bring the heels in. Gonna slide the heels away. Come to your flooring pose. Have yourself lie down on the mat. Gonna kick the heels up. So feel yourself L-sit, but with the heels up toward the ceiling. That L-sit sensation. Just one more deep breath here. Heels toward the ceiling. Gonna open up the knees, heels in, toes together. And reach your hands toward your feet. Lift up the chest. Elbows can be bent or elbows straight. Try to have the knees separated apart. Feel the stretch on the hip flexors. One more deep breath here. And slowly drop your chest down. But let go of the right leg to the side. So you're opening up the right leg, lengthening out the right leg to the side. And both hands onto the left foot. One deep breath here. I'm going to kick that right heel up toward the ceiling. And exhale, open up toward the side. Let's lift up and toward the side. Let's go for 5, 4, 3. Opening up the right thigh a little bit more for 2. And 1. I'm going to use the right leg to make a big circle. You feel a lot with the loosening up of the hip joints. Doesn't matter which direction you circle. I'm going to circle the opposite direction. Only the right side. One side. Beautiful. We're going to bring the right foot back in. Butterfly legs. And let's kick the left heel up toward the ceiling and drop it toward the side. Both hands onto the right foot. Lift up and open up to the side. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's make a big circle with our left heel, left leg. Doesn't matter which direction. Just trying to loosen up that left hip. And let's circle the opposite direction. Whichever is your opposite direction of circling. Let's go for 3, 2, and 1. Bring both heels in. Take a deep breath here. And let's come to our happy baby from here. Heels toward the ceiling, knees pointing down toward the floor. Try to lower down your tailbone. If your tailbone is lifted, then your lower back is off the mat. So try to have the tailbone pointing down so your lower back is supported by the mat. Just take 2 more deep breaths here. Feel the knees bend into the elbows a little bit more. And slowly gonna close up our knees, hugging the knees into our chest. Gonna carry both knees down toward one direction and open up the opposite arm like a spinal twist. Lengthening out the top leg. If your body feels more of that stretch you need. Feel happier around the hips. More freedom into your physical body. When your mind and your body are free, your entire well-being, just feel and embracing that freedom. Let's switch the side. Gonna bend the knees, carry both knees down toward the opposite direction. Open up the opposite arm, or lengthening out the top leg. Just 2 more deep breaths here. Centering our knees and come to our final resting pose, Shavasana. Hands away from your body. Feet spread apart. Shoulders are so relaxed. Face muscles are soft. Bring the heels together. Point the toes together. Bend one knee or both knees. Roll over to your favorite side. And come to a fetus position. finding the stronger version of yourself. And slowly use one hand to push yourself up, maybe with the eyes closed. And have the legs in diamond shape, just like how we started. And slowly bring the hands heart center. Point the thumbs toward the third eye point, which is between the eyebrows. Let's take 2 deep breaths here. Connecting with the higher you. With that true version of yourself. And let's lean forward, bow to that true version, divine intelligence, connected with your real self. It's a self-discovery journey. From my light to your light. Namaste. I wish everyone have a good Thanksgiving. Thank you. Good job. Thank you.